Saturday, July 20th, marks the 20th anniversary of the first landing on Mars by a scientific probe. The Viking 1 probe sent unprecedented pictures of the Martian surface and radioed weather-related measurements back to Earth for more than 6 years. While the probe operated on the ground, its orbiter circled Mars, taking images of the planet. The mission provided numerous new insights into the nature and history of Mars, producing a vivid overall picture of a cold, weathered surface with reddish volcanic soil. There was clear evidence for the existence of ancient riverbeds and floods. Viking probably will be most remembered for its immense search for signs of life on Mars through the use of cameras and scientific instruments. Viking project scientist Dr. Gerald Solfen discusses the results.
Viking was a symphony of experiments, probably the major one. The big story was looking for life on Mars, and we did not find life on Mars.
Later this year, the U.S. Space Agency is scheduled to launch 2 robotic missions to Mars, beginning a decade-long program of exploration. The aim is to answer key questions about the role of water in the planet's early evolution, and whether Mars could have supported life very early in its history.
U.S. Space Agency officials at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California say the Pathfinder surveyor on Mars is still collecting data. Now in its 56th day on the red planet, Pathfinder is continuing to map the planet's surface. The rover Sojourner is examining rock samples in the so-called rock garden area around NASA's lander unit. It has identified 2 distinct types of rock, some rich in silica like those on Earth and others full of sulfur. Scientists say the mission is moving into a second monitoring phase, concentrating on atmospheric changes on Mars. They have discovered a blue halo around the sun when it sets or rises, and a red dust-colored atmosphere with traces of blue. Since landing on Mars July 4th, the Sojourner has logged some 120 meters. It will continue to map the planet's surface through next year.
You characterize operating the rover in the rock garden. Has this been one of the more trickier areas you've tried to operate the rover?
Absolutely. Unlike other areas where we've used waypoints and used a lot of the internal navigation capabilities of the rover, here we've had to do discrete commands. And where we actually moved the, this is just prior to getting there, this is the view of the lander. Moved in between wedge here and flat top here, and the next image will show a close-up of flat top. Here's
a picture of an area near the lander. I don't seem to have control of the arrow here. The fact that the sun looks yellow is entirely a coincidence. It was actually overexposed, saturated in each of the. And you'll see in this a lot more color than you've seen in the past, and that's because we've done a new analysis of the color, looking at the spectra of the different regions.